Hello guys, welcome to the class. So today in this class I will not solve numerical or anything. I will just share a concept with you uh, which is related to the rotation of a mirror. Say if you have a mirror and you rotate the mirror through an angle alpha, then what happens? The reflected ray rotates through an angle 2 alpha. Okay, I will prove this concept and show you how it happens. Like if you rotate the mirror through an angle alpha, how the reflected ray rotates through an angle 2 alpha. Okay, so let's draw the mirror first. Let's say this is a mirror. If I call it, if you call the mirror M, let's say this is the mirror M. Okay, now if I draw normal to the mirror, let's say this is normal to the mirror, and let's say this is a incident ray and it is reflecting. Okay, so if the angular incident is theta, then angle of reflection is also theta, and let's say this is normal. Okay, if I call it incident ray, this is reflected ray. Okay, now what I'm doing, I am taking another color for the showing the position of the mirror after it rotates. Okay, let's say now the mirror is rotated through an angle alpha. Let's say now the mirror is rotated. The mirror is not here now, it is rotated and it came the new position and it is rotated through an angle alpha. So if the mirror rotates through an angle alpha, now the normal is also rotated through an angle alpha, because now the normal will not be at the same position. So the new normal to this mirror, like after rotation, it may come here, and let me call it some n dash, and so now this angle will also be alpha, right? Okay, now the incident ray now it will make an angle theta plus alpha with the new normal n dash. So if it makes an angle theta plus alpha with the new normal n dash, then the new now the reflected ray will make okay, I'm drawing with this thing. Okay, so now the reflected ray will be somewhere here, because according to the law of reflection, now it has to make the same angle. What I'm saying, now this angle should also be theta plus alpha, and now the reflected ray will come here, not here but here. For the same incident ray, if the mirror was here, then the reflected ray was here. Now if the mirror rotates and it goes here, the reflected ray is coming here, making an angle theta plus alpha with the new normal n dash. You got it? Now we have to see what is the angle between the earlier reflected ray and the new reflected ray, how much it is, through what angle it turns, like the reflected ray. That is what we have to find. Okay, let me call the previous reflected ray as R and new reflected ray as R dash. So we have to let me call it O, the center. So what we have to find, we have to find R O R dash. See guys, what will be R O R dash? It will be nothing but n dash, angle n dash O R dash minus n dash OR. Simply the large angle minus this angle, the large angle n dash OR dash minus NOR, it will be simply ROR dash. That is what we have to find. What is n dash OR dash? N dash OR dash is nothing plus theta plus alpha. And what is n dash OR? We have to find n dash OR means this angle, right? N dash OR. Okay, this angle, this n dash OR will be nothing but, see this angle n dash OR, it will be nothing but theta minus alpha, simply because see this angle is theta, right? Angle between NOR is theta, and n dash is nothing but alpha, right? Let me write it for you guys. Let n dash OR, if you see, what is that angle? This is nothing but NOR, angle NOR minus NON dash. What is angle NOR? This is theta. What is angle NON dash? This is nothing but alpha. So I can write it as theta minus alpha, guys. Right? We can write it. So what is that angle? It will be nothing but 2 alpha. Okay. So if the mirror rotates through an angle alpha, the reflected ray rotates through an angle 2 alpha. Okay. Okay. Meet you in the next class. I think it's helpful for you guys, right? Okay. Meet you in the next class.